Hey Ducks fans, Carter here. Just wanted to give you guys a quick heads up that this episode of the Quack Report is pre-recorded. We had some things come up, so weren't unfortunately able to record the episode this weekend. So we're not going to be talking about the Ducks win over the Coyotes, the injustice towards Troy Terry. We'll have to save that for a future episode. But we will be doing a watch along on the Hockey Podcast Network's YouTube channel at HockeyPodNet. Of the Ducks and Flames game on Wednesday. So look forward to that. If you want some live Ducks content on your Wednesday evening, that game is at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so you can be sure to tune into that. Nate will probably be repping his Flames a little bit more than usual, so we'll have a good back and forth there. Should be a good game. And of course, we'll talk about, the Zegras Michigan on there because that's all anyone is talking about these days. So I hope you enjoy this episode where we rank the Ducks jerseys from worst to best. Let us know on Twitter at QuackReportPod if you agree or disagree. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the episode. We'll see you guys later. Hello, Ducks fans. Welcome to another episode of the Quack Report. My name's Carter, joined as always by Nate, and we are the Quack Report. That's our thing.
That is us. That is us. Yes.
I'm the Quack Report. You are the Quack Report. Everybody's the Quack Report.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm the Quack Report now. The Quack Report will decide your fate. I am the Quack Report.
There's a lot of good meme potential.
There's a lot of good meme potential.
I didn't realize it until just this moment. So,
I also think there was an interview with Ewan McGregor on the Graham Norton show. He's talking about how some people don't recognize him as Obi-Wan Kenobi, like playing that role. And he was joking. He's like, I've chased after little kids. I am Obi-Wan Kenobi. And just, I am the Quack Report. And now I also think there's some bowling highlight. This guy just like completely jacked that he like scored this shot. And he's just like, who are you? I am. And it's just like, what? You know the one I'm talking about though? The guy's got like the sunglasses going and everything like that.
No, I don't think.
Okay, I'll have to show you it after. Quality stuff. Who do you think you are? I am.
Sometimes you're just like so hyped that words just
nothing
come
makes
out.
sense. Nothing makes sense. We see it every episode with me. Come on.
yeah, exactly.
Oh man, Carter, what are we talking about today?
Well, today we are. First of all, if you're listening to this episode, it means that one of us is away, and we didn't have time to record an episode before that. So this is not going to be. There's not going to be any game talk. It's not going to be your typical Quack Report episode. It will be because there will be, 50% Ducks talk, 50% everything else.
There'll be some shit talk in there.
Yeah. So today, just something that's a little bit more timeless, I guess. I don't know. Makes it really sound like this this team's still owned by Disney. Just a timeless classic episode. No, today we're ranking all of the Ducks jerseys, which has only really been 10 if you take out adding a patch here or like switching jersey makers, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not used to talking about jerseys. Usually that's your thing.
Yeah, this is my area for sure. Yeah, so it'll be it's like a couple collections. So say like our modern jerseys right now, the home and away are clumped together. That's considered one kind of jersey, one look. So yeah, if there's any, so say like there was the two alternates that happened in like the 90s, those two are clumped together and stuff like that. So
yeah, and I guess the only one we really left out was the 20th anniversary jersey because it's the same as the original.
Yeah, it's the original Mighty Duck, but on the Reebok Edge template. So yeah, so
pretty much the same there. But yeah, there's been a total of 10 I guess sets or jersey kits, really.
Yeah,
Is that
different
the right
looks.
way different looks. Yeah. In I guess the history of the Ducks, the last almost 30 years. Yeah, I guess next year will
almost,
be 30 years. That's crazy.
Damn.
Doesn't even feel like that long ago was the 25th anniversary jersey, which you are currently repping and is on the wall behind me if you're watching. So
yeah, exactly. Be sure to watch this episode as well, because we will in just a second here we'll have like the images of what jerseys we're talking about as well, so you can kind of see what we're talking about and everything like that. So so we were talking about like what we want to do for this kind of we'll call it like a standby episode. We had a few different ideas, but it's like, okay, what's something that we can do that can work for whatever kind of time. And I was very happy that you went along with the jersey idea. I came up with it kind of like last second. I'm like, okay, well, unless the Ducks drastically change their jersey here right away, which I haven't heard anything about, this one should work actually. And I was so glad that you said yes to it, because I'm like, perfect. This is my time to really shine.
Yeah, right. Well, all the other ideas we had were like, highlights from this season or like plays by a certain player, and stuff like that. And like those could technically change a little bit quicker. So
Trevor Zegras could put a new number 1 like next week. So
yeah, exactly. Right. Like that's something maybe better reserved for the off season when he's not pulling highlights. So.
I will preface this to say though, if there are any takes that we have, remember these are just personal opinions, right? These are just our tastes and everything like that.
Yeah, I cannot be held liable for Nate's stupid opinions on jerseys.
So Carter and I each will give our own top 10. This isn't a collective top 10 on this one. So if there's any that you strongly disagree with, be respectful, but feel free to playfully bash us as well. On Twitter, Instagram, the YouTube comments, all that Quack Report pod. So feel free. It's fun discussion for this kind of stuff. So because everybody has different tastes and that sort of thing. And I even saw just with yours, taking a look at your list, I was like, you had that like that high or that low, and this will definitely be interesting, I think. So.
And our lists are very different too. Like when you were making yours, we made them separately, and you're like, I think we're gonna agree on the number 1, and I saw you put your number 1 in, and I was like, no, oh, fuck.
Just a little teaser for later.
No, our lists are like, there's some similities. Like I don't think we have any that are exactly the same, but like they're generally in the same area.
We got the same idea for a couple.
But a lot of it's kind of all over the place. So
which I think makes this one a little bit more fun, actually.
So have your hand on the volume dial. I'm trying to say. All right.
Well, all right. Shall we get into it?
Yeah, I feel like we need to play music. I don't know. Well, maybe this music.
We are getting nerdy about some jersey talk here. So
at least one of us will be. So
if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, at least from myself, I'm also on the Aesthetics YouTube channel. You can go check out some of my stuff there. I've been on to a couple of talkback episodes, and I did a top 5 Heritage Classic jerseys. So, which that might have to kind of get updated at some point. We do have either have or had, depending on when we have to use this episode. Toronto and Buffalo play as well. So, and I think the Buffalo one might maybe squeeze into there at some point, but I want to see if they fix something on that jersey first. The like the under armpit, that's like a pure white compared to the rest. Wow, I can't speak right now. The rest of the jersey, which is like the off white, so that's a little odd. I want them to fix that. If
maybe
they
they're
don't,
thinking is like
staying off the list.
Maybe their thinking is like, you get enough pit sweat in there and it'll turn it
just
into cream.
It.
So
all right.
Okay. Well,
we'll start with you, I think.
Yeah, sure. I think this one deserves to be at the very bottom as well. So,
all right, Carter, your number 10 is.
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna pull it up. So
I was pulling it up as you said.
Yeah. Oh, okay. My bottom one, my top number 10. The in my opinion worst jersey that the Ducks have worn is the original Wild Wing, not the reverse retro. The original. It's just. I mean, you have eyeballs. You can see it if you're watching this, anyways.
It's it does kind of look like a pajama shirt to a point.
It just doesn't scream hockey jersey. Like, is it the worst
Disney.
jersey that's ever been made by any hockey team? No,
there are definitely worse.
It's down there or up there or whatever. But like, as far as the Ducks jerseys go, it just doesn't work. Like, you can't be taken seriously as a tough 90s hockey team when you're wearing this jersey.
Yeah. I think, in my opinion, and I guess some of these as well, if like we hit on a jersey beforehand, it'll make the talk when the jersey comes up again later or something like that. It'll make it a little bit quicker. Yeah. The Wild Wing on it's very Disney, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And this was when the team was still owned by the Walt Disney Corporation and whatnot. The rest of the jersey, though, I really enjoy the striping and everything like that. Actually, if you were to just put the Mighty Duck logo on this, that would have been an absolute banger of a jersey, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, like there's a lot of good things about it. Like you said, the striping is just fine.
Yeah, and I don't remember if it was this jersey or the later '90s alternates, but one of those came out around the same time as that Mighty Ducks TV series did, like the animated series.
Oh yeah.
So I don't remember if it was this jersey or the other one though. I'm kind of getting that mixed up right now, but
yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, one coincided with the other. So
yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about that one. So we can
it's just not a great jersey.
Yeah,
it tries. This was also during a time that sublimation was becoming a thing. So
yeah, so you could get a little more creative that way.
The league was pushing for teams to do sublimated jerseys. So that's where you got a lot of this stuff because it was experimentation. So
yeah.
All right. So I guess my number 10, and this is where I think I'm already gonna get the comments going at me. Just for historical reasons. I have the 2006 to 2014 home and aways as my number 10. I know that the Ducks won the Stanley Cup wearing these jerseys. I know that's where I'm going to get the flack, but they tried to keep it reminiscent of the original ones. I give them props for that. The striping can work. For myself, I'm not a fan of this copper color. If you've listened to me talk about like the Ducks look on any of our past episodes, that I'm not a crazy fan of the copper. If they just made it silver, it would just, in my opinion, drastically improve the entire overall look of the modern Ducks. But just there's not enough orange in this jersey for myself personally. There could be a little bit more, and I'm not a fan of the word mark. That just you replaced this iconic logo of like the Ducks goalie mask and like the one that everybody knows and loves, right? Like you weren't even a fan of the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, but you went and bought that logo on a hat or that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's a logo that like almost 30 years later still holds up, which is impressive in its own right.
Yeah, exactly.
This jersey just dropped the ball for me. I think I know I'm probably going to have some people kind of freak out though, because they won the Stanley Cup wearing this look, but it's just, it's not the look for me. I'm not a fan of this.
No, I in some ways I agree. Like the lack of orange just isn't really doing it. Like for a team that's, the Orange County team, just having the single orange stripe is not good. And especially like you said, going from essentially what you're wearing, the Mighty Duck jersey, which was iconic, and like everybody loved it. Like I don't know of anybody that didn't like it. And maybe if you were a Kings fan, you were like, fuck that jersey. But like
Kings fans can't talk when they had the Burger King jersey.
Yeah, right. But like, I don't know. I feel like you still like respected that jersey. And like, so I don't know, but this is just an obvious downgrade, right?
Yeah.
So I get that, but also you're an idiot for putting this jersey at number 10 when the Ducks won the cup in it. So
I don't know. I also think the Samuelis were idiots of trying to move away from the Disney look. I understand.
Absolutely.
But this is a little too far removed.
Yeah, no. So I mean, personally, I don't have an issue with with you putting it at the bottom spot. But yeah, I think you're right. Some people will. So.
Some people will. So feel free to come at me on Twitter or in the YouTube comments. I don't care.
Blow up his DMs.
Yeah, blow up my DMs. Please do it. Your number 9 here was interesting to me. If you want to introduce it.
Yeah. So it's actually the jersey I'm currently wearing, the current home jersey. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's the same as the Wild Wing, you know, like it's not like it's yeah, it's not like it's an awful jersey, right? Like it's a okay jersey, but I don't know. In my opinion, the other ones that the Ducks have are just better. Like there's not a lot to be excited about. Like there's more orange compared to the one we just looked at, Nate's number 10. So like there's that, and I enjoy that. But otherwise it's just a black and white jersey. Like it's pretty standard. The logo isn't anything particularly special. Like, ooh, it's a duck foot in the sideways, so it looks like a D for Ducks. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like
there are so many people that don't actually see that though. It kind of surprises me.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's, to me, it was just like right there. Like I get the Minnesota jersey where like the logo's in the shape of a bear, and you're like, oh fuck, that's really cool. But and then some people are like, how do you not see that? I don't know. I guess it's just how people's brains work. But yeah. I don't know. And I don't know if it's the maybe just the image that we have as well, but definitely in comparison to the jersey that we just looked at, if you don't mind going back to that for a sec.
Yeah, sure.
Like the numbers here are like thick boys. Like they stand out, right? And they're meaty. Like they look like they belong on a hockey jersey. But go back to the other one now.
They're a little thinned out.
Those are little baby numbers. Like that's like the equivalent of getting a thin crust pizza. It's like, no. Like, and nothing against thin crust pizza. Like I'm sometimes in the mood for a thin crust pizza, but like
the only thin crust pizza is the margarita.
What's that one?
It's like just like the tomato and
yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Like it's a basic pizza, but like that's the only one that's really good as a thin crust, I think.
Yeah, no, that one slaps as a thin crust for sure. But it's like I don't know, just these little thin crust numbers just aren't doing it for me on a hockey jersey as well. And maybe it's just comparison, like on like the side of my jersey here, like they look pretty thick. I don't know, I can't see the back, but like, I'm gonna unplug everything. But I don't know, like it doesn't look bad, but just in comparison, like I like my numbers how I like my tacos.
Thick
and meaty. Yeah. If you can't tell, I'm hungry. Must be dinner time. But
all right.
Yeah.
Instead of actually just getting right into it, I'll wait until the jersey comes up to talk about it. So just so that we have some discussion at least. But
okay.
All right. So my number 9, this one just like I had it higher originally, and then I just slowly moved it down, just kind of like looking at it a little bit more. It's not that I don't like it. There's just a couple things that I'm not a fan of that just kind of pulled it down. So my number 9 is the 2014 Stadium Series jersey. Now, what I will give this jersey props for is showing that orange needed to be a more prominent color for the modernized Ducks.
For sure.
And it totally worked. It also shows to me, as I've already talked about, that copper, like the copper, bronze, whatever color, does not need to be in this color palette whatsoever. It doesn't work. Yeah. But for as much as it showed that orange needed to be the thing, I had an issue with just Reebok jerseys in general, though, like with the edge styling. And I get it was the Stadium Series, and you're trying to do a more kind of futuristic, not so traditional kind of look kind of thing. But like Reebok ran with the different color underarm kind of thing for a long time. Was not a fan of it. Yeah. It at least introduced the collar, though. I think this is a new collar at the time, and I did like it. It worked. I thought it was interesting. They did this on all the Stadium Series jerseys that year, because this was the first year the Stadium Series happened. I think they had like 3 different games going on, but they all tried this kind of like a like a metallic logo to it. So you can see kind of the shine even in the design here if you're watching us on YouTube or Twitch here. It just has that kind of shine, which like I see the idea of it. It didn't quite translate as well as maybe people hoped. I don't mind like the design of the jersey, but yeah, just the copper there and the underarms, it doesn't work for me personally. So there's good and bad about this jersey. The good is that it showed we need more orange in the look, which changed, I believe, that year actually. With the now homes, they were an alternate beforehand, and then they became the home and away that season, if I'm not mistaken. So, I'm
not sure. I guess,
I have all the information right there. I could just look. Yeah, that is correct. So, but yeah, so this is a jersey that still could have fit into the palette right then if they like wanted to continue to use it as an alternate. But I am glad that they didn't, because we got something better, which will come up later.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I had this jersey as my number 8, so I guess I'll just give my thoughts on it now, and then we can move on from it. But I kind of have a lot of the same opinions on this one as you. Actually, the underarms I'm not a fan of. The metallic look, I really enjoyed it because it's something new. Like, it wasn't the best maybe, but
it wasn't the best executed, but you like the idea of it. Yeah.
It's like marks for trying, right?
Yeah.
Like participation grades, honestly.
That's how I passed my classes.
Yeah, right. So, and I actually have an image I want to bring up here just of these jerseys like in action. So it's like, when you look at this, it's like, I don't mind the metallic look on here. And like, I think the whole kit looks nice. Like the little triangle on the pants here. Yeah. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Okay, sick. And then like going into the socks, like I think as a whole kit, it works quite nicely. But yeah, the underarms just stand out to me. And then the lack of anything on a shoulder is just, or anything on the bottom is just weird. Like,
yeah, the bottom is a weird thing.
Yeah. So that's, and well, is there black on the,
there is a thin black stripe.
On the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It's just not quite doing it for me. So like, and same as you too. Like I had this jersey a lot higher, and the more I looked at it and then like looked at some pictures like the one I had up here, like it just kept moving down. And it's not like I hate it. It's just I don't know. They tried a lot of different things. Some things worked, some things didn't. Like you said, going to a full orange, or a more orange
look,
prominent look, I think is something that really works. And if we hadn't tried this with the Stadium Series jersey, we probably wouldn't have like some of the more orange jerseys that we have now. But yeah, it's just as a whole thing, it's not quite doing it for me. So
yeah. All right, my number 8 is one that we have already talked about. My number 8 is the where'd it go here? There we go. Is the 95 Wild Wing. And I think that says something to the other two jerseys, that I have this one higher than both of them.
Yeah, right.
I can see the attempt here. Like I said, I can appreciate the striping and everything like that. The Wild Wing busting out of the ice, it kind of grows on you, I think, a little bit. If you remember that Disney owned this team, and just like knowing some of the history of like, oh yeah, the NHL's pushing for sublimation and stuff like that. It's like, okay, they had a pretty good attempt here, but it definitely didn't last very long. I believe this, like the original jersey, only lasted for 2 games that season. Players just didn't want to wear it, so they stopped wearing it. So
yeah,
but there was definitely an attempt here. There's a lot of good elements to this. I think it was just the sublimated Wild Wing jumping out, just didn't do it. So
the numbers, I guess we didn't talk about that last time either. The numbers were quite unique as well, and I love it. Actually, I love it. Yeah, I know I just complained about little bitchy thin crust numbers and stuff, but it's actually,
but it works on this jersey.
Instance. It works. Yeah. With the more cartoony one, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I think this jersey was definitely just made for kids,
a bit more so. Yeah,
and like you like to call it the pajama shirt sometimes, and I think that's a very accurate description. Like it's for kids and it's for fun, I guess. So
I love the fact that like these jerseys are so rare now that like I saw one on eBay that is like an original from the 90s, just a replica. It's not even like a Game Worn or that, and it's like selling for $700.
Oh yeah, it's got like a cult following now.
Yeah, it does. So,
especially after the reverse retro that kind of
people are trying to find
brought this back to life.
That.
Yeah.
So which we will be getting to that jersey as well. Don't worry,
absolutely. Everybody. Yeah. People are probably relieved that it's not this low.
Yeah. or maybe they're not. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. Maybe
I feel like not, because that was a pretty high selling jersey out of the reverse retros, actually. Which, okay, if you're going to take one of the uglier jerseys, I've said this before, if you're going to take one of the uglier jerseys in your history and it becomes a top 10 seller for the league, maybe you should take a look into why. It's the colors and the branding. It's better than what you have right now. It's better than what you introduced in 2006. It is way better than what you have done, Samuelis. Please go back to the Mighty Ducks look. Doesn't even have to be the name Mighty Ducks. You can keep it as the Ducks. Just go back to that look.
If only they listen to the Quack Report. Hey, if anyone knows the Samuelis, tell them to listen to the Premier Ducks podcast that obviously speaks for all the fans here.
Or just actually go to one of their games, because the majority of the arena is filled with the Mighty Ducks logo. It's not your webbed duck foot. It's not like the word mark. It's Mighty Ducks stuff is primarily, and that's been gone for years. That's been gone for almost 20 years at this point, and that's still primarily what people wear to the games. So,
yeah, exactly.
The fans are trying to tell you something. Maybe listen to them.
Maybe. Okay, my number 7 we're on, right? Yeah. My number 7 is the 06 to 14 home and away kits, the rebrand here.
It's what we were just saying. This sucks.
Yeah. I kind of touched on a few things here already. Like, I agree with Nate. I think the curved striping, how it's almost just a modern take on the diagonal striping from the original jersey. I think that works okay.
It works.
The lack of orange is, I guess, in hindsight, a detriment to this jersey. But the reason I have it a little bit higher here is because I actually care about the Stanley Cup that the Ducks won. Unlike Nate here. And
I care about the Stanley Cup, but it was 1 year removed from being a Mighty Ducks championship.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I actually do like the this, I guess, more script type jerseys, or like where things are written out. Like, it doesn't always work, but in this case, I don't mind the word Ducks actually written out. I think it's okay. So,
but that's the thing. It's just okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a better take on this jersey, and that's why it's still at number 7 for me. Yeah, like it's not like a top jersey.
And don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoy the word mark itself, but it's not a front crest logo to me. It feels like you just slapped that on because you didn't have the idea of just doing the web D yet. Which is it's in that word mark.
Which I think is kind of funny. Yeah. So, and then the meteor numbers, like I talked about, the original crest numbers.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to add about this one. So
fair enough. All right, we're on number 7, right? Yeah.
Yep.
My number 7 is the 2014 to present home and aways. They have the idea in there of still like that swooshed look that we were just talking about with the 06s in the arms. I don't like it on the sides of the jersey, though, like on the torso. I'm not a fan of vertical striping on jerseys. And that was something that this just transferred over from the Reebok stuff, and it doesn't work for me personally. Even if you just swapped, you can have that same striping, but just put it on the bottom, like along the bottom of the jersey, and that would, I think, drastically improve it. But it's just the copper in there. Honestly, again, even just like swap the copper for a silver, and it would look a lot better to me. It's just just like those colors just kind of clash to me for some reason. So I'm just it's not my favorite thing. And out of what everybody is wearing now as like just home and away kits, not even talking about like some of the great alternates that are going on right now in the NHL, this is a bottom 5 look for for the league. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's just it's just not great, and it's something that could have been redone with going to the Adidas, and they didn't. So
yeah, with the curved vertical striping, I know it's the vertical striping you're not necessarily a fan of, but for me it's like the fact that it's curved. But if I stand up and try not to unplug myself here, maybe I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you kind of can.
Yeah,
there you go. It's not as curved, like it's not at all. It's like straight up and down, right? So
yeah,
on the I guess the different, like the Adidas template as opposed to whatever this one is. I mean,
this
it has
is the
the
Adidas
Adidas logo.
Yeah, this is the Adidas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was yeah, I don't know. I just think of like the Reebok ones as more of like they have like more swoop or curve in the templates,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
That's fine.
But at least in person, like, I don't know, it doesn't look curved to me. So, and maybe they updated it like the next year or something. I have no idea, but I prefer the more straight than the curved. So,
yeah, that's fair. I'm just not it's the vertical striping for me. I'm just not a fan of it. So
yeah.
But all right, Carter, your number 6.
Yeah, so I think we're getting a little controversial now, but this to me, this is where the point that we're at, where all the jerseys I'm going to talk about on my list, I enjoy these jerseys. It's just some I enjoy more than others, right? And even like with the 7 to 10, like I said, I don't hate any of these jerseys except maybe the original Wild Wing. It's depends how grumpy I am that day, but like it's just that they're not, the best that they could be, So all that to preface that my number 6 jersey is the orange Mighty Duck alternate. There's like
Can you play like the sad horns for me for a second?
I can. Yeah.
Thank you. I don't agree with this take, but again,
yeah,
it's our own personal opinions. We have different tastes. This is just not what I agree with.
The logo, totally fine. I mean, really, it's like I said, it's not a bad jersey. It's just honestly that I like some of the other ones better. That's it. That's really all it is.
That's fair.
If I had to nitpick things, it's the tiny little numbers again, I guess. It's if you want to compare this to like the original Mighty Duck, the straight across striping on this jersey as opposed to like on the 25th anniversary behind me here, the diagonal striping, like I would have preferred that. The more prominent copper just isn't really doing it for me. But I am a fan of orange jerseys. Like I've said, like the Stadium Series was a fine jersey, and the fact that they introduced more orange in that, I don't think we would have got this jersey without that. I mean, you can even see over on my other wall here. Yes, it's an Oilers jersey and a McDavid, but it's like a primarily orange jersey. So I like primarily orange jerseys, but again, like I feel like I'm just repeating myself. It's just that I like other jerseys better. And if you're going to bring back the Mighty Duck, it should be the original Mighty Duck.
Yeah,
in my opinion. So that's
fair.
So
I'm going to hold my thoughts until this jersey comes up for me.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, come at me with your pitchforks. I know that some people are probably freaking out but again, it's not a bad jersey.
Yeah. All right, we'll do my number 6 and then take a break. Is that what we said?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. So my number 6, and the same kind of thing for Carter. It's we're getting into like the jerseys that we like. It's just which ones do we like more and that sort of thing. My number 6 is the 97 to 2000 alternates.
Hold on, like because you made me play it here.
All right.
Do that.
Excuse me. It's not that it's not that I don't like these jerseys. It's just I look at these jerseys, they don't scream Mighty Ducks to me. I'm not sure what it is about them because they are a good looking jersey. Like I like I like having the jade base on them, like the green. It's something new, right?
Yeah.
Which is what you would want for an alternate, right? I'm not a huge fan, honestly, of like when alternate jerseys are the same color as the home jersey. It kind of bugs me. But
this you're okay with because it's like if it was a purple version, like a purple base like that, you wouldn't be a fan of. But Like
yeah, that I wouldn't be as much of a fan of.
Okay.
But I
But
like
you
that.
don't-
I like that it's the green base. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah. And yeah, like the striping is just a little bit different. Again, this is the 90s where like you're experimenting a bit more, but it still feels traditional at the same time. The one thing I found that's really interesting that I'd love to see one of these in person just to get a better look at it. So Nike had these like super low drop collars that kind of resulted in the design of it going a little bit lower on the chest. But it still works really well actually. For these at least. So it's just, it's something a little bit different, but it works really well. It more invokes, I think, some of the older jerseys, like think back to like before 1950 kind of deal, where there were a lot of jerseys that did have those lower kind of finishing the shoulder yoke kind of idea. It wasn't so high up as in like as on modern jerseys like the one I'm wearing or even what Carter's wearing with like the thin kind of separation of it. Yeah, this is like I do like this jersey. It is really nice. I would love to add one to the collection. And the introduction of like the yellow from the hockey sticks into the jersey itself is it's subtle, right?
Yeah.
But it's subtle, but it stands out at the same time to show that this is something a little bit different. Having white on just the numbers and the logo is interesting, and I do enjoy it. Actually, there is at least some of white in there. Not to say that all jerseys have to have white in it. Like the Seattle Kraken jerseys work great without having any white in them whatsoever.
Yeah, for sure.
But like this, it just balances everything out. I think like this, just color wise, this is a balanced jersey. Like these both are balanced jerseys, I think, and I do enjoy them. So there's just more that I like a little bit better. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, for this one. I don't know if those, I was just seeing on the image here, I don't know if those pants were black at the time. I'm trying to remember. That kind of throws me off.
Yeah,
if they were.
Yeah.
But
let's let me do a quick search here. We'll go 97 Ducks alternate. See if I can find like a full kit picture. Someone actually wearing it.
But I also enjoy how the purple does kind of wrap around the sleeve eventually, like near the bottom of the cuff.
Yeah,
it's something kind of it's cool. There is a lot of cool elements to this jersey. It's just not my favorite. It doesn't scream Mighty Ducks to me, or just Ducks in general.
Here, so. I found a picture here.
Okay,
let me just get the share going. So it is. Holy shit! I have a lot of tabs open. Here, I can make it bigger in a sec as well.
Okay, they were black pants. It looks like.
Yeah, it does look black. Yeah, it's not great image quality. Look at that. Look at that Mountain Dew logo in the back. Holy shit.
Love it.
Yeah.
And I guess
it does look
we
black,
have here doesn't really do the gray justice. It is more of a silver.
Yeah.
Which looks great, I think. That's the silver that you have to replace this like the modern copper with.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. It's such a simple fix.
Yeah.
So
here's a white jersey, the white version. It looks like a little bit better of a picture as well. Let me just swap it
around here. See what we got.
This tab. Oh, and bring it up. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Like that is a clean look. It does feel very 90s.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It definitely wouldn't work as well today, but I did have who was it? It was our buddy Chris at CJK Chell, if I'm remembering that correctly, on Twitter there, who would ask my thoughts of like, what do you think the Ducks may do for the reverse retro jersey for this coming season? This is one that I think that they might be looking back to. I don't have any leads or anything like that. I've been trying to dig some stuff up actually, but this is just my opinion though, of like, this is a jersey I think they might lean towards to do something with. So, and there's a lot of potential to it, I think. So just wear it more than 2 times if it's a nice jersey, please.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Also just going back to the black pants, like seeing the black gloves as well. On here,
it reminds me of the Avalanche.
It brings it
where it's
together.
just like not really. I don't think so. That's the only thing
No?
that's kind of taken me away from it, actually. Like, as a full kit, as a jersey alone, it's fantastic. But the black gloves and pants, it reminds you of the Colorado Avalanche before, like, this last season or 2 seasons ago, where they had the black in there, but it wasn't really anywhere else in their color palette besides, like, just a little bit in the logo. So that's just me, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be better as like a purple or something. Like
yeah,
that.
do it as the eggplant.
But yeah, like with it doesn't stand out as much as I thought it would have. So
another thing from the 90s too is like everybody was introducing black into their color palette, and some worked, some it didn't. So
kind of like in preparation for the 2000s as well.
Kind of.
This was late 90s, right? And there was a lot of black in the 2000s.
Yeah, this was 97 to 2000. So was this combination in some form or another. Like I think they dropped the jade version of it after a year or two. But
I think it was. I still have the tab open here. They dropped it in 90 or after the 99 season. So in 99,
okay, so there's only
had the white.
Okay, so yeah, just the one season then with just the white then.
Yeah,
cool.
Exactly. So okay, well that marks the halfway point there. So we'll take a quick break, throw it over to our friends at Draftkings, and on the other side we will give our top 5 here.
The NHL season has been packed with dirty dangles, hat tricks, and big wins. As the action rolls on, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, has your shot to win big too. New customers can bet just $1 on any team and get $150 in free bets if they win. That's right. A bump in the win column for your team means free bets for you. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you still have a shot to light the lamp. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes with DraftKings daily fantasy hockey contests. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. So what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, use the promo code THPN, bet just $1 on any NHL team, and get $150 in free bets if that team wins. Again, that's promo code THPN, as in the Hockey Podcast Network, at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL.
Must be 21 years of age or older. Restrictions apply. See content description or DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Okay, welcome back for our top 5 each. I'll kick off the top 5 with my number 5.
Good.
Okay, just remember what I said about the last one. It's not that I hate these jerseys. We're getting into the ones that are good. I just like other ones better. And I know that still is maybe a lot for some of you to take in, but my number 5 is... No! I know. Yes, I know. The original, I guess for those not watching, the original 93 to 06 home and away kits. Again, I don't hate these jerseys. Yes. Okay, they're classic. But I know.
Carter's Twitter handle is Carter_Potts POTTS_97 to absolutely shit talk him about this take. There are a lot of good opinions. There's some bad opinions out there, but there are occasional opinions that are just straight wrong. And this is one of them. I'm sorry, man, but like this is a hot take.
Like, honestly, there's nothing I can say that's like that this is a bad jersey. Like, it's a good jersey. Like I said, it's just I like the other ones better. So I'll have to justify this one as we go through the the other.
I was gonna say I'm gonna ask
jerseys.
you for each one. Okay, so why is this one specifically better than the original?
Yeah, fine, do it. I have answers, honestly. Like as I was doing this list, I was like, oh fuck. Like, and originally I had this at 6 or something like that too. I know. And I was like, it feels wrong to put it there. And I kind of reevaluated, but I just can't put it higher. So that's it. It's like I said, it's a fine jersey. There's nothing wrong with it, but yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. So I know you'll have things to say about it, and
it's a fine jersey. Yikes. We've been friends for how many years?
I don't know, but I feel
10,
like
something that.
I feel like the timer's stopping.
Yeah, this might end the friendship. No, I'm kidding. Just end it over at Jersey.
This is actually the final episode of the Quack Report.
Yeah. Show's done after this. I'm not working with amateurs. Oh man. Well, should we try to right the ship a little bit more here and proceed with the top 5?
Yeah, sure. Okay,
all right.
Go ahead for yours here.
My number 5 is the 2003 script alternate jersey. I do love this one. I would love to add this to my collection, but as we've kind of said, there's a couple that just, you enjoy them a little bit more. This is the other jersey that I was thinking that the Ducks might be going for the reverse retros
I
for
really hope
22-23.
Mm-hmm.
And
I really hope so.
I think this is such a softball or like a soft pitch kind of what's the expression? This is such a layup. There you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, basketball, not baseball. Come on. It's such a layup. All you have to do is swap the eggplant with orange. That's all you have to do. And you have a absolute banger of a jersey that I did make a concept of just doing that and posted it. And I did have quite a few people saying, like, just give me that. Just give me that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I think it would be absolutely beautiful. And it has the exact color palette that I said is all the Ducks need to do. It'll be black, it'll be orange, it'll be white, it'll be gray, silver, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is, and it looks beautiful. So
just out of curiosity, what would you think of like an orange base with a black, so orange where the black is and black where the purple stripes are?
I would enjoy
to give that more prominent orange look.
I would enjoy that. My thought is that we have the orange alternate already.
That's true. Yeah.
And I know that the reverse retros, because I think a couple teams tried this actually with their reverse retro from like the first run.
Yeah.
A couple teams wanted to make it an alternate, but they decided that like this is going to be just the one-off thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is a jersey that if you were to do, my whole thought, if I was in charge of the Anaheim Ducks look, it would be, okay, we're going to take the orange alternate. That's going to be your home jersey now. You're going to make an away version of it. And something like this, if you want to pay homage to something earlier without using the original jersey, which is what I think a lot of people would just straight go to. You take this jersey and you have the black as the alternate instead.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, So that's kind of my reasoning for it. I like the idea though of the orange base on this one too. And if they make that as the reverse retro, again, I'll gobble that up, no problem.
Yeah.
That's just
honestly
my thought though. I would just love to see just the swap of the eggplant for the orange here, and this would be a beautiful jersey. It just would have the right amount of pop to it, but menacing at the same time. So
if the Ducks went to that style that you just described, like alternate becomes away, make an away version, or alternate becomes home, make an away version, and then this with orange as your alternate, that would easily move the Ducks from like bottom 5
to top
kit in the league to top 5 easily.
Absolutely.
So, no, I 100% am a fan of it. So in a way, I hope this isn't the reverse retro jersey that they come out with next, because I want this to be one that they can keep for a few years
as an alternate. My only gripe, I'll say, with this, it's not in the jersey itself, it's with the overall look. Keeping the eggplant, like the purple helmets, that's the only thing that throws me off. I still enjoy having the pants and the gloves as the purple. I would have preferred a black helmet, but that's literally the only gripe I have with this kit.
Yeah,
like as a whole. So and I look at these jerseys and I think right away to Ilya Bryzgalov, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So because I think he had like primarily like the eggplant pads at the time, and this just worked so well with it. So are you searching it up now?
I am, yeah.
It is a beautiful look.
I'm just trying to spell Bryzgalov. Okay, I got it. Ducks alternate. That might get us there.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. First option.
There you go.
Oh, I can't see pads look. Though. Hold up.
Are slowly.
Here's one. Yep. From our friends over at Aesthetics. Here we go.
Hey, there you go.
Coming through. Oh God, it's a tiny image though. So
Is it?
yeah, I blew it up a little bit here, but it's still it's not great quality, but here we go.
Let's see if we can do it here.
There we go.
Yeah. That looks good.
Yeah.
I don't think that was actually the
jersey, but
yeah, that's not the set I was thinking of, but that still works.
yeah, no, it's good.
Also, those original Reebok like P1s. Damn, those things were great. There's the goalie nut coming out of me too.
Yeah, sure. I got nothing to contribute to that.
Got none of that.
Yeah. Okay. Where are we at? My number 4?
Yes.
Okay. So my number 4 is one we've kind of already talked about, but I have a couple things to add here. It is the alternate home and away kits from 97 to 2000. I'm a huge fan of these ones. The introduction of the yellow stripe is just such a small detail, but I think it would, if that yellow stripe wasn't in there, I think this would probably be like near the bottom for me, just because it would be so basic. But that yellow stripe is just chef's kiss. It's so good.
I feel like the yellow stripe could be white and still be just as good.
See, I disagree hard.
Really?
It has to be yellow. Not even for the fact that it introduces the yellow from the logo, like on the sticks, into the jersey. But I have another image here, and it's going to be impossible for me to find now because I have so many tabs.
So many tabs.
But it's oh, never mind. It's actually pretty obvious. It's this one here. I know it's not perfect, but
yeah,
it just brings back the original Ducks, like from the movie, the Ducks jersey. Like, yes,
if you're just listening to the podcast, Carter has like the original like Mighty Ducks movie jersey up.
Yeah, like the Charlie Conway jersey.
Yeah,
and like there's obviously more yellow in this, but just as soon as they put that yellow stripe in, I'm like, oh, that is the original Mighty Ducks jersey.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what takes this jersey into the top 4 and just makes it like so perfect.
Yeah.
And like entirely horizontal stripes as well. The fact that they have just such a clean home and away look for this, it's just it's just awesome.
It works.
I love it.
Yeah.
Even the numbers too. Like the numbers on the Conway jersey are a little bit more boxy, but so like it's obviously different from like the one that they have here, where there's a little bit of curves to it, but just the boldness of it also kind of reminds me of like the Conway style jersey. So yeah, there's just a lot of things. Like they took this Conway jersey, I'll just keep calling it that. It's honestly not a great jersey, but it has so much nostalgia for people that follow the Ducks because of those movies.
It's perfect for like a little kid's hockey team, which is exactly what it was.
yeah, exactly. But it's also kind of like a simple design. It's got purple, yellow, and green. Now, when you go to this jersey, the purple, yellow, and green, especially on the home version of this, just screams Conway jersey. And then throw in like the just, basic style lettering on the nameplate and like the nice bold numbers. It's just perfect. So purely for the nostalgia is why I like this one.
That's fair. I'm just trying to find an image here because something I have thought about that just like it kind of throws me off just as like an amateur like designer in a way. I'm trying to find. There's actually not a whole lot of great images
of this jersey. No, there's not. Or
just of like the entire kits. But okay, so you have that jersey. It looks great and everything like that. In that original movie though, I believe they have red gloves and pants, but the purple buckets.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it annoys me. I'm like, come on, this is a Disney movie. You could get like the matching gear if you wanted.
Yeah.
So, or maybe it's just the gloves, but like there is a part of it that's red, but there's no red anywhere else. And I'm just like, what? Oh, but again, that's small gripe. We're not even talking about that jersey, but it's just something funny to me. Like I'm like, I get it. It's like a bunch of 12-year-olds, but come on.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my opinions on that. I guess on to your 4th jersey here.
Yeah. So my fourth jersey is the one I'm wearing, actually, which is the 25th anniversary jersey. This, I think, could be a great jersey. Could also work as the home now. It shows a little bit better here compared to in real life, I think. The purple has, like, the eggplant has a bit more separation from the black, but in real, they do kind of blend together here a bit. Which is a little disappointing, I guess, but really that's the only thing I kind of hate about this jersey. That and the fact that, like, the webbed duck foot is on the shoulders. Besides that, though, this is a brilliant modernization, I think, of the original look. So I love this jersey. I wish they would bring it back. I understand it was just for the silver anniversary, right? The 25-year anniversary. Yeah. But this was such a good look. Such a good look.
Yeah. Something I'm just noticing as well, now that we've stared at these jerseys for the last however long, the sticks are actually orange. I just never noticed that.
Yeah, sticks are orange on this jersey.
It like kind of ties in like the modern look, which is super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, this jersey really is like a combination of everything that came before, right? So you have like the shoulder yokes of like the modern jerseys to a point, right? But you have the striping of the originals, but you bring in the black of the modern as well, that touch of orange that doesn't draw away from the rest of it, right? Like it blends in quite nicely, actually. There is history into this jersey, and that's why I love it personally. But and they had, you can kind of see it here. They had the pants with the eggplants or the jade stripe on them, just small and that sort of thing. So, but yeah, you could easily, I think I did a concept of this actually as like a white version as well. And it worked. So this is something they could easily go to as well if they wanted. And it kind of, this would be a jersey, I think, that would kind of appease both sides. You get some of the modernization stuff that you've had with the Mighty, like with the Ducks brand over the last, since 2006, right? But you bring in those original elements as well, like the colors that people love and stuff like that. So like this is one of those jerseys that you see around Honda Center so much. So people loved this look, I think.
Yeah, for sure. This jersey was also my number 3. So we can just kind of continue on with that talk, I guess. I didn't even notice the like subtle things in there until now as well. So like it just kind of helps.
These are the kind of
that I have it over the original, but
these are the kind of jerseys that bring out my nerdiness of it. Like, oh yeah, like there's this and there's this in there and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the reason I like this better is because it's like it's a little bit more timeless than the original. Like it's pretty much the same, honestly. Like there's the diagonal striping, the eggplant and jade colors. And the silver instead of the bronze. Like there's a lot of similarities, right? But I think this is a jersey that like, how do I want to say this? If they just straight up brought back the original eggplant and jade as like a full-time home and away kit, it would be outdated. Like it's perfect for the 90s and it's classic. Like I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it again, but this is one that would just still hold up in the modern era of NHL jerseys. And I think it's mostly the black base and then the orange and green, not orange, purple, eggplant and green are like still prominent colors, but they're a little bit purple less so. But they're it's not like the main focus, right? So I don't know. It's almost like the classic jersey. It was good and it's fine, like I said.
It's just fine.
But this is just almost like okay, we know. I don't even want to say what didn't work with that original jersey, but like, it's just a fresh take on it that's just like, okay, like I didn't know that I needed a new version of that classic jersey, but now that I have it, it's like, okay, this is definitely an improvement. Does that make sense?
I wouldn't go as far to say that, but I understand what you're trying to say.
You understand what I'm
yes.
saying? Okay.
I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, you don't have to agree. I'm not trying to convince you. That's just what I think. So I would like to see maybe more purple, but it's not like a requirement, you know.
That's fair. Now this is something that like it doesn't take from the look at all necessarily, unless you're like looking at the jersey itself. If you ever come across like the China knockoffs, they kind of have like it's bubbled patchwork to it. These jerseys, like the one I'm wearing, is an authentic, but it kind of has that bubbled kind of thing to the logo on it. That's the only thing that kind of takes away from it for myself. The orange alternates, like everything is nice and clean, flat, like stitched and everything like that. Literally, if you were to just have that style of the logo on this one could probably even shoot up, like just in like seeing these jerseys in person for me. So that's my only gripe. It doesn't take away from the actual look until you get up close to it. But like if you were to see it from a distance or it's on TV or that, like this looked great. So
yeah. The other thing I wanted to add as well, and I forgot to because it's just so subtle, but I'm a huge sucker for jerseys with laces on them.
Oh,
so
yeah.
The addition of the laces is just like a super nice touch.
I do enjoy these the Adidas loose laces here. I'm just gonna put myself here. I do enjoy this. Yeah, actually, because they aren't super long that like you tie them up or anything like that, like the Reebok ones. But they like you can still have that hang of like it's nice, but they aren't like super long to get in the way. Yeah. So, I do enjoy this. So yeah. Adidas has done really well, I think, on jerseys. There's a couple that they've made, obviously, that are some misses, but I think overall, just like the stylized look, like the template of it has been great, actually. So, and we're in 2022 right now, so we're 5 years. We're 5 years into it already, which the Reebok era before was 10 years. Like we're already halfway through the Adidas era, which is kind of upsetting, actually. I do hope that these jerseys continue on because I do enjoy them. So, but
yeah. Okay, where are we? Oh, yes, you're number 3.
My number 3. Okay. All right. Yeah, my number 3 is another more recent jersey, but I'm not sure really which way this would go with people. My number 3 is the reverse retro jersey from last season, 2021.
So nice. Sorry.
Which is really interesting, I think, for a lot of people, because yes, the original Wild Wing was a bottom 3 for both of us. And I'm not even normally a fan of white jerseys. And yes, now the ice is kind of the green color. But for some reason, this look, but as a white jersey, just works so much better for me. I don't know what it is, but it just works so much better.
Yeah. I have a theory about this.
All right.
Maybe because like Wild Wing is primarily white, like his jersey is white, his mask is white, like his gloves are white. So I think it's just a little bit more subtle having the white backdrop on him. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure, well, actually, let me go back to the original Wild Wing. Yeah. So they didn't change Wild Wing at all. He still has white jersey, white mask, white,
whatever.
All that on the original. So maybe it's just like less intrusive. I don't know. Like it's almost just like line art, right? Maybe that's what it is. Because I don't know. Because I'm in the same boat as you with it, right? Like it's how do you take such an awful jersey and then improve it so much just with swapping a couple colors around?
Yeah, like I remember us talking about like the rumor of the Wild Wing coming back, and I was not a fan of it. I was like, "Are you seriously going with like the worst jersey in your history here for this?" But this jersey grew on me to the point that I did buy it, and I do enjoy wearing this jersey. I'm trying to find a picture here. Okay, this isn't who I was originally looking for, but this works just as well, I think. Let's open image in the new tab there. Here we go. And I'm just going to remove this for a moment. Stop that screen share. Love being the producer on this stuff too sometimes.
Yeah, right.
This right here. This look up. I don't have it up. There we go. Ryan Miller wearing this jersey.
yeah.
And just how it worked for the goaltenders. This looked amazing, I think. And just proves that this color palette, as much as it's a 90s color palette for sure, it works for the modern NHL. It's so different and unique that doesn't like the colors don't feel aged.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I love this. And I think that's part of the reason as well that this jersey did so well in sales is because it's those original colors that people love and would love to see return, right? It's something unique to the NHL. So
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, God, I miss Miller so much.
Yeah, miss Miller.
Yeah, so good. But
so yeah, my number 3 is the 2021 reverse retro.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong here, though. I know the first time they wore the jersey, they had the straight across nameplate, but the second time they actually had it curved, right?
I think you're right, or it was they corrected it before that first game. It was one or the other, but
okay. Yeah, I don't remember it, but I know that was like a big thing when it came out that they had the straight across nameplate and people, well, it was curved on the original. So
yeah, but
I know that they did fix it at some point. So
yeah, it works well either way. And that font is actually in Forza Horizon 5, like the car racing game. Yeah. I made a Ducks car. Like I did like it's like a two-tone orange and black, and then I have in this writing on the bumper Mighty on it. So
nice.
Yeah, so I love this font. It's just it is interesting. So yeah. But I think this jersey just pushed even more so that this color palette works in the modern NHL and needs to be brought back. So
for sure. Yeah. Okay. We're at number 2 now. Yes, my number 2. Okay. For my number 2, I had the 2003 alternate jersey that we talked about before. The with the Anaheim script and the black and purple. I don't know.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. I honestly love purple as a color as well. So, and then like having it with black, like I think black and purple is just so sick as like a color palette. So having just that, like no green, no orange, I think it works really well. And then also the potential as well of like turning it into a black and orange like you've done, I think works really well. Like it's just, it's a simple concept, but that's what makes it so great. And it's versatile as well. I talked about how I like jerseys with the script. So like I don't mind some aspects of like the original rebrand with Anaheim Ducks actually written out on the front. So,
yeah, this is a word mark that works for me.
Yeah.
Because it's a word mark that is designed to be a crest logo. Whereas I feel like that like the rebrand wasn't.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The shoulder patch too of like the MD.
Subtle, but great.
It's and it's
simple,
unique as well.
Yeah.
It's in a way it kind of reminds me of like a college football.
Yeah, I get like baseball vibes, like
baseball,
like the Dodgers, the Yankees. It's kind of like the crossing over of the letters, but it works really well, and it works great as a shoulder patch.
Yeah, so there's I guess LA, like the LA Dodgers that's the baseball team, right? Yeah, they have like that overlapping L and A logo. So I wonder if there's some inspiration there for the MD.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah,
that could definitely be. You were talking about how you love like the black and purple as a combination specifically.
Yeah.
I'm not as much of a fan. I still enjoy it, but I'm not as much of a fan. But when I look at the color palette itself, I get reminded of bruises. This feels intimidating to me.
Yeah. That's
right.
the thing.
Black and purple bruises. It's like, okay, we will you will look like us after we're done with you, kind of thing. So
exactly.
Which is totally what those teams were about, right? Like,
absolutely.
Like wearing this jersey, the team did go to the Stanley Cup final in 2003, or maybe not this jersey specifically, but like
it was the same
in the
year,
playoffs. But it was that same year, right? So, and it totally fit what the Anaheim Ducks, like the Mighty Ducks, were at the time. So
yeah, absolutely.
But,
this was 03 to 06 is when they wore this. So
sorry, this would have been the year after.
It was the year after.
This.
Yeah,
year after. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then again, it's got the laces. Like, yeah, they're the longer laces. That was, I guess, kind of the style, but I still enjoy laces on a jersey. So,
oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
that
these are the laces that you would
sharp-looking
tie
jersey.
up, and they look great.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my number 2 there.
All right, my number 2 is a bit more
Oh,
of a
sorry,
modern.
sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Just one more thing. The purple pants as well on this one are a nice touch. So like it's a lot of black on just the jersey and the socks, but with the pants, and I think they had a purple helmet as well. Did they not?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
that's
so
what I was saying. I wasn't a fan of. I would have preferred a black helmet, but
oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I'd have to look at the full kit again, but like the introducing more purple in like the rest of the kit is really nice. Okay,
that's for sure.
I think I got it all out of my system, so we can move on to your number 2 now.
My number 2 is a bit of a modern one. I've already talked about how this could be the home jersey. It's the orange Mighty Duck. This is another blending similar to the 25th anniversary of modern and old school. The logo looks great on the orange, I think. The only thing I would do to this jersey is swap the copper for the silver, and you have an absolute home run on this one as well. Yeah, I love the look of this jersey. It looks great on the ice as well. And this, from what I've gathered from a couple interviews and that sort of thing, this is one that the team really likes. Like the players on the team, they really enjoy this jersey. So
I get excited when they wear it too. Like when I turn
Fridays we wear orange.
I just always forget that that's the case. But like I turn on the game and it's like an orange jersey, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is gonna be a good game to watch.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's nice. I really like it.
And something that I didn't talk about for like the modern home and away, that it's one of the only gripes I have about the kind of the Adidas template. Not everyone takes advantage of this, which I appreciate. And this is a case where they didn't. The Ducks used like the full collar to make it like fully black. Yeah. If you look on your home jersey right now, it's kind of I call it a half collar, where it's like the orange back to it. I'm not a fan of that.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
If the orange went all the way around, I would be a lot more happy with it. So that's just a personal thing that I stopped the screen share. That's a personal thing that I'm not a fan of, is just that kind of, I call it the half collar. But I appreciate for this one that they did the full thing. So, and it's whether you use like the thin kind of, like the hem, I guess you could call it in a way.
Yep.
Because you can do it that way, or you have like the wider collar. I think so, but I'm not a huge fan of the half collar. And the Dallas Stars jerseys really bug the fuck out of me because it's a quarter collar. They take that half one and split it in half again, and I'm just like, no, just no, don't do that.
Yeah.
I get there is a reason for that. Like it's supposed to be reminiscent of something else. I did forget what. I'm just not a fan of it personally. So like if you see any of my designs or that sort of thing that I post on my Twitter, they'll have full collars, like whether the thick or the thin ones. So, but all right, we are at the number ones here. And if you've been following along, obviously like with like what jerseys we've knocked off and everything like that, you can kind of figure out where we're going here, but obviously we are still going to talk about it. So,
yeah. So I guess we'll start with my number 1, which is the reverse retro. It's
damn.
It's
I don't disapprove of it. I don't disapprove of it, but it's surprising at the same time.
Yeah, like again, it's not like I don't like any of the other jerseys we talked about, but I think honestly, it's just the respect of like taking one of the worst or least liked, we'll say least liked, one of the least popular jerseys of NHL history and turning it into one of the most appreciated. Like, just mad respect for A, having the balls to try and do that, and B, actually pulling it off.
Yeah, exactly.
And
which I hope is like promising for the future. So let's hope maybe that they are actually learning their lesson.
And it's just like, it's also a nice throwback to the kind of original Ducks era without just straight up going back to the original jersey. It's like recognizing your history without just, totally being like, all right, we're just taking the old jersey.
Yeah.
So, And for what it was too, like a reverse retro, like where you're supposed to swap some colors around, I think it was a good choice.
Yeah, it was
of a jersey to do that. So yeah, honestly, it's mostly just for the respect of actually pulling this off. But
that's fair.
It's and yeah, I just remember talking about it as well, and like when they first released this, and just like how good it was and how excited we were for the Ducks to wear it. I remember Troy Terry scored
again.
yeah. Troy Terry scored the first goal in this jersey. I've still been looking for a Troy Terry version of this jersey, but but the price it's not finding it. It's finding one that's, a reasonable price.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the difficulty with this. I even, me, I'm not a fan of the Fanatics jerseys. I prefer to go for the Adidas ones, just with the cresting and that kind of stuff. Yeah. This is one that I went for the Fanatics one, though. One, for the price of it, but two, both of like that front crest of Wild Wing jumping out is sublimated anyway. So you really just had the shoulder patches that were kind of that shiny material, which it's not great, but
doesn't totally
is a jersey that worked on the Fanatics look, at least for me. So I grabbed one of those. So but like if the Fanatics jerseys had like the normal cresting to them, honestly I probably would have gone for those, but it's just that kind of shiny, it feels kind of cheap. So
I know what you mean. So yeah, and also like I talked about with the original Wild Wing jersey, like the numbers and the nameplate, like the font for that is just so unique.
It's great.
Yeah. And like it's not, like I said, I like my numbers how I like my tacos, a little bit meatier, but and these aren't that, but it's I'm just a big fan of the unique jerseys. Obviously, as you can tell from like my top four, like the reverse retro, the script alternate, the 25th anniversary, the late 90s alternate, like everything that's just a little bit different and like unique from what they normally have is what I like, and that's what this is. So
this might sound a little what's the word? I can't think of what the word is offhand, but like the sentence kind of clashes, I guess. The font isn't thick, but it's bold, if that makes sense.
I see what you mean. Yeah. Like you're right. It doesn't make sense, but like
there's still a presence to it. It's not. It doesn't feel super thin.
Yeah, it's not like the nameplate where it's like it looks like you could write it with a pen kind of thing.
Yeah,
like the numbers are still thick. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about it, really. And I think it's funny that I put Wild Wing, the original one, at the bottom of my list, number 10, and then
it was literally complete opposite ends of the spectrum there.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just like how much this jersey
shows you how much it improved. Yeah.
So all right, we're on to your number one here. All
right, my number one is going to correct everything that Carter has said. It's the original look. Come on, of course it's the original look is going to take the number one. It's just, see, now you say it's dated, I say it's timeless. This jersey is timeless, okay. I think. And is one that is primarily worn, from what I can tell, at Honda Center still. This is one that everybody wants back, whether it's an alternate, whether it's the official home and aways. People just want this jersey back. And you can still find like a few on eBay and that sort of thing, but like there are certain versions of it that people really hold tight, including the Nike versions here. And these jerseys, this is like a great first look for an expansion team. I think this is one of the greatest first looks for an expansion team. And these jerseys leaked back into the movies that, the team was inspired by. Yeah. Because they wear these jerseys for the second or third movie. I forget which one. I think it's
the second one.
Yeah, I think it's the second one because they start as Team USA and then they come out as the Mighty Ducks for the final.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's these jerseys, right? So like it spreads across so many different mediums. And this is a jersey that, it's still sought after and everything like that. Like it took me a while to find like the specific one that I wanted. But yeah, this is such a classic jersey that, you know, teams are still basing things off of sometimes and whatnot. Again, the colors are very 90s, but this is a jersey that could still work well today. Yeah, the original jersey is going to be hard to top 100%, I think. So
yeah, I mean, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine, he says. I'm just the voice of the people here, bud.
Okay. Yeah, I know there's going to be some angry people, but
I honestly though, this is the video that, you know, if we have to post this is the one I want the most comments on. I want to see everyone else's top 10 lists.
Absolutely.
Just because I'm curious, or if, you know, you're just listening to the podcast or that sort of thing, tweet it at us, put it on our Instagram posts at Quack Report Pod. I want to see everyone else's thoughts on this, or like, even if you don't want to give your own top 10 list, like just say why, you know, like whichever jersey should have been higher, that sort of thing. Or just tell Carter that he's wrong about the original Mighty Ducks jersey being number 5. Like, what? So like,
I think I did pretty good at justifying myself.
This is one where I welcome the arguments here. So, but again, let's keep it respectful. But I would love some heated discussion about this, honestly. So,
yeah, it definitely leads to some interesting discussion. Like, even just when people bring up jerseys on Twitter for the Ducks. Oops, sorry, I took it off the same time as you. That's funny.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah. Yeah, even like when people bring up jerseys on Twitter, like it's just like everyone's like, oh, we need to go back to this, or like, oh, this was a good jersey, or oh, they need to change this about this one. And look, at this jersey was awful. Like the Ducks fans, for sure, are very passionate about their jerseys.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, that is that's each of our top 10s. So yeah, like Nate said, at Quack Report Pod is where you can interact with us and give us your opinions. At Tate Nomus is where you can tell him how wrong his opinions are. At Carter
on my
Potts,
number 10, yep.
Yeah. At Carter _Potts, POTTS _97 is where you can tell me how wrong my opinions are. And yeah, is there anything you want to add here, Nate?
I got nothing else to add.
Okay. Well, with that, thank you guys very much for tuning in. We'll be back next time with our regularly scheduled programming, whatever that is. Thanks for tuning into this different episode of the Quack Report. Go Ducks, go, and we'll see you next time.